Hello, everybody, and a good day to you all. Today, I'm talking about X-Men '97, Season 1, Episode number 6, Life, Death, Part 2. Here we get two storylines going on. We get the continuation of Storm getting her powers back, facing her fears, going against the emissary. Also, and then we have Professor Xavier. He's back. He's well now, and his love life with Eliandra, and also the whole Shi'ite Empire, and him becoming like maybe possibly becoming Empire, marrying her, and all the sacrifice he had to do that here. And both teams are pretty much are they're not connected, but they pretty much it seems to be going on simultaneously. Now I don't know how much time has passed between Xavier and him faking his death and going up to the thing. Here's the thing though, I don't think in the show they faked his death. He was dying, and then Ileandra interfered and took him away. Now, they didn't explain that on the show, so in the show they make it seem like he died, and the X-Men are mourning his loss, even though they know that he didn't die, he got taken away. So I don't know how they're playing it here, how they're going to react when Charles comes back. Are the X-Men going to be shocked by this? Are they going to be okay with this? Will the people trust them because they think they lied to them? They already cause now the interview with Scott went sideways because she called him out for lying, and then he snapped on her. And then Charles Xavier coming back, who they said was dead, and he's actually alive, and they're mourning his loss. And then Charles put Magneto in charge when he dies, but he didn't die. So how was the world perceived at X-Men because of this? That's two times they called them for lying, and then this happens. So that's like, what are we doing here? I mean, because it'll put them in a bad light. And even though they are the good guys and they sacrifice life to save us, now the people can't trust them because they think they're just as bad as the other people now. Because and also they had a known terrorist like Magneto leading their team. So like this, you're not doing this well. I mean, yes, everybody's talking about having a Kenosha, and they think that's horrible. But who knows? They could play it as though they set that up so they look like the victims, and then because they lied about everything else. He lied about having a child, but he does. They lied about Xavier being alive, that dead, but he actually alive. So who knows? They could have lied about this too. Maybe it's all staged. Maybe it's fake. Or maybe they just set themselves up so they can kill all those mutants just so they can prove that they're the good guys, they're the victims of the situation. Which is like, oh, that sucks. But who knows where that might go? Who knows? I don't know. But in this episode here, we're watching now. We got Storm getting her powers back, which is fantastic as well too. Watching her face her fears is great. Having her get that upgrade and a new look and all that stuff, fantastic. Only problem I have with this is though is the love story between Storm and Forge, because I don't know how long time has passed between them. To us, it seems like it's only been a couple weeks, and they already confessing their love between one another, which seems kind of weird because they don't know each other. So, but at the same time, I don't know how long it was between Storm leaving and Forge finding her, and how long he was with her. Because she's like it had to her be her own. This whole episode should have been just focused on that on both sides. That way you could explore this thing a little bit more, spread this out a little more, let them know that how time has passed. They go to 2 weeks later or a year later or something like that. Let us know what was going on. They could do a time jump, but let us know like how long they've been together, how long they've been going through this, how long Forge have been attempting to get her back, how long he's working on the machine to help her get her powers back. I don't know. But the whole thing with the whole imagery and stuff like that too, I thought I did enjoy that. But the thing though, I did enjoy this episode a lot, and I enjoyed the themes and subject matter that they talked about in here as well too, especially with Xavier, with the whole thing about with colonization, races and situations going on there. There's a situation going on too, and how they pretty much use and abuse people, use and abuse power, who people are in charge, and stuff like that. I mean, all that stuff well and good. I did enjoy all of that too. The subject matter in here and the themes in this show is just amazing, and the voice acting do an amazing job with this. The action scenes in there are great. The animation in this episode was fantastic. I enjoyed this as well too. I just wish it just gave both episodes their own episodes and explored this whole thing a whole lot more, showing the time differences as well, so you can explore this world a little bit more. I think I think this season could have used a little bit, a couple more episodes, because so far nothing has been filler. The only thing that has been filler with the whole Motendo situation. Other than that, the stories are pretty good. They just move so fast sometimes that I feel like you don't have like time to really fully I would say breathe. I would say fully comprehend what you're looking at. So because it's not because it's like because the time moves so fast, you can't tell how long things have taken, or they don't give you enough time to really flesh things out a little bit. It could do that because like I said, I did enjoy the episode. I had fun watching it. Also, little Easter eggs in here. I mean, we saw Vulcan, who is the brother of Cyclops and Havoc, and he's like a mega level mutant, beyond mega level mutant, because he said he's so powerful. I mean, also now when Professor Xavier got a vision of Gambit, what happened on Genosha, it's interesting that they show Gambit as Death, or as a skeleton. Looked like he became Death, and also firing at the people as well. So even though it was supposed to, he represented the Sentinel, but he didn't show a Sentinel. They showed Gambit firing at everybody, which is very interesting because they already introduced Cable, and in the theme song they showed Apocalypse. Now Gambit, I think he does die in the comic books, and he comes back as Death, one of the horsemen of Apocalypse, and he gets upgraded with his powers and ability things he can do, which is insane. Not only could he like supercharge anything inorganic, but supercharge anything organic as well too. He didn't even have to touch it anymore. He just look at it and just charge it up and blow it up as well too. I think he can blow even particles in the air and stuff. The things he can do, turn the like poison and stuff. It was insane. But I don't know if they're going to go in that direction here. Maybe because Sinister is part of this episode, and they show what he did. He's also the reason why the Genosha happened in the first place. What his plan, what he's trying to do, because Cable's part of it, his plan, but that didn't fully work out. So he went to Plan B with this whole thing with this right as well too. He's always been obsessed with mutants and mutations as well, and gathering mutants to get stuff from them. So what is he trying to do? I don't know. Is he trying to prepare for Apocalypse that might be coming? Maybe. But I enjoyed this episode so far. I wonder if they're going to bring in Quasar, not Quasar. What's Quasar? What's his name? Well, Cyclops' dad, because Cyclops' dad is still alive out there in space, and he was a cat girlfriend. So I wonder they're going to bring him in there because they show Vulcan. So who knows? I don't know what they're going to do because I think he made an appearance in the earlier one as well, the '97 one. So let's see what happens. But like I said, enjoyed the show. Enjoyed the direction this show is going to. The end results were just amazing. It was very heavy as well, and it wasn't like a funny episode because the previous one before this was really rough, and this was lighter in tone, but at the same time also had a more of a heavier message as well. This one it hit you like the first one, the previous episode, the first episode hit you on an emotional level. This one hit you more on a mental, philosophical like level as well. Especially stuff the thing that what Xavier was talking about, and then also having people with Storm, her facing her fears to overcoming herself, and then like her own self doubts was the only reason why her powers were not kicking in because the machine worked. The force made for her. It worked, but it was her who was holding herself back because having her powers, even though she does love her powers and ability and what she can capable of doing, it has not brought good things in her life. Yeah, she saved a lot of people. Yeah, she's done her powers to do a lot of amazing things, and she has been called the goddess and worshipped and all stuff like that as well too. But at the same time, it also brought a lot of hate. People trying to kill her constantly all the time. The mansion constantly gets blown up constantly all the time. She loses friends and loved ones constantly, and so she's having all that guilt and maybe a little bit of self-hatred as well. Because sometimes you can love something and also hate something at the same time. You could be a little bit of both. And then having her face her fears, accepting herself and for who she is, and even without her powers, seeing herself as less than, seeing herself as something good as well too, and then finally get her powers back and seeing what she's capable of doing, and her upgrade was just fantastic, and the whole costume design and everything like that was just great as well. So yeah, that was fun to watch as well too. So it has more good things to it than the bad stuff. I just wish it just had both. I just wish both of these episodes were separate and had their own thing, so they could explore this whole thing a whole lot more. They could did a two-parter to this one to the Xavier thing as well, and had both the Storm shows as just two shows, separate shows by themselves, and so explore the thing a little bit more. But it is what it is. But still, I still have fun watching it. So leave comments down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode of X-Men 97. If you haven't watched it, check it out for yourself. Hopefully you watching, you will enjoy having watching it too. Give my channel a like, a thumbs up, shabu, and subscribe to my channel and share. I really would appreciate it. Also, links down below. Connect to my social media. You want to follow me there. Also to my store, but also my shirts and socks and also whatnot. This is my NinjaRabbit shirt right here. Others as well. See some stuff, buy some stuff. I really would appreciate it. Like I always say, in my dream of life, I am the NinjaRabbit. Peace out, people.